I had a neighbor stop by the other day, and they were moving out of their home, and they brought this piece of wood to me. But then, knowing that I'm a woodworker, they thought, maybe you could use this. So I thought, yeah, maybe not. It may end up in the trash bin. But in any case, I thought, well, maybe I could use it. So I took a look at it, and it's solid maple. It's a cutoff from a butcher block tabletop, it looks like, and obviously by the burn marks, they've had some issues in cutting it. But I thought, well, maybe I could do something with this. So what I thought I would try to do is make an end grain cutting board out of it, since it is maple, which is the traditional wood used in a butcher's butcher block. And I thought, well, how big of a cutting board can I make? So I got to do some calculations, and I figured with including all the saw kerfs in the waist, I could end up with a cutting board. It's about 12 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces out and see if I can get this all back together as a usable cutting board. Now I've got some issues to deal with here. You can see that the board has got some warpage to it, but we'll try to work around that as we go. So stick around and let's see what we can do with this. So you can see I ripped across the grain on the original plank, and so my thought was I could just turn those on edge and glue those up to make an end grain cutting board. Now, why are we concerned about whether it's end grain or not? Well, most traditional butcher blocks were made so that the end grain was face up, so that it was kinder on the knife edge as they were cutting meat. So traditionally, the end grain is easier on the knife blade, and besides that, I just kind of like the looks of it. Now you can see I've got some gaps here where I'm going to have to straighten these pieces before I glue them up. Now, I don't have access to a joiner or a planer, but I do have access to a lot of hand planes. So I think that's what I'm going to try and get these all squared up and ready to glue up.